A predator is not just an animal. It is raw energy, pure instinct, a symbol of inner power, character, survival, and the part of the soul that never pretends. A predator never lies about who it is. It does not negotiate with its nature. It moves according to truth, sharp, honest, undeniable. And that is why predators have always lived in the human psyche as archetypes. Each predator carries a specific inner code, a destiny, a style of action, a way of facing fear, a way of standing in the world. The predator that draws your attention is never chosen by chance. It is chosen by resonance, not by logic, not by thought, but by the part of you that already knows what is happening inside your life right now. Your eyes move first. Your body reacts before your mind explains, and that first pull is always a message. In this test, 4 powerful, beautiful, and dangerous creatures will appear before you: the lion, the tiger, the panther, and the leopard. Each of them reflects a different form of inner strength. The lion represents nobility, dignity, solar energy, and natural leadership. This is the archetype of those who are born to lead, to stand openly, to make decisions, and to shine without apology. The tiger carries the energy of strategy, courage, intuition, and quiet inner fury. It belongs to individualists, those who walk their own path, even when no one understands where they are going. The panther embodies shadow, depth, magnetism, and silent power. This is the archetype of those who feel deeply, see further than others, and carry a mystical strength that needs no explanation. The leopard represents speed, flexibility, instinct, and extraordinary adaptability. It is the energy of those who move quickly, sense timing, and reshape reality through precision and motion. Do not think too long. Simply look. Let your attention land where it wants to land first. Not with your mind, but with the deeper layer of your soul that always recognizes truth instantly. Are you ready? Choose the predator that draws you in first, and discover what its energy reveals about who you are becoming. If your attention stopped on the lion, this choice is already saying something important about you. The lion is not an archetype of noise or aggression. It is the archetype of presence. It carries the energy of the sun, of dignity, of an inner spine that does not bend for approval. This is not power that needs to prove itself. This is power that exists simply because it exists. If the lion called to you, there is an energy inside you that is rarely quiet, small, or invisible. Even when you try to hide it, it remains. The lion represents a state of being where confidence radiates naturally, not as dominance, not as control, but as calm certainty. People feel it before you speak. They notice it even when you say nothing. This choice speaks about your nature, about who you already are or who you are in the process of becoming. Inside you, there is a pull toward standing tall, toward lifting your head, toward choosing, deciding, and taking responsibility for your life, your emotions, your path. You may not always have felt this strength clearly. There may have been long periods when you kept it suppressed, when you made yourself smaller, quieter, more convenient for others. But right now, something is changing. The lion appears when inner leadership begins to wake up. This is the archetype of mature strength, not the explosive force of the tiger, not the hidden depth of the panther, not the flexibility of the leopard. The lion's strength grows from self-worth, from knowing your value, from understanding that you have the right to take up space, to speak, to choose, to act. People who choose the lion often share a similar life pattern. For a long time, they hold themselves back. They adapt. They try to be agreeable, gentle, unnoticed. And then, one day, the soul becomes tired. A quiet but firm inner voice appears and says, "Enough. It's time to step into the light." The lion is light. Even if your past contained darkness, doubt, emotional storms, or moments of deep uncertainty, your choice shows that you are entering a phase where you must learn to shine, not through performance, but through inner calm knowing. I am here. I matter. I can. Your choice tells a clear story. You are ready to acknowledge your strength and stop hiding it behind modesty or fear of being misunderstood. You have a natural ability to lead people. You may not fully recognize it yet, but your energy already affects those around you. People feel more stable near you, more confident, more grounded. You bring order where there is chaos, calm where there is anxiety, direction where others feel lost. But the lion's energy is not only about strength, it is also about responsibility. A lion does not rule for ego. A lion protects. Those who choose the lion often carry more weight than they should. They feel responsible for loved ones, relationships, difficult situations, sometimes even for problems that are not truly theirs. Your choice may be signaling that it is time to ask yourself, what are you carrying that no longer belongs to you? The lion also reflects your relationship with self-worth. This does not always mean high self-esteem. Very often, choosing the lion indicates that you are rebuilding it after a difficult chapter. You may be in the process of reclaiming yourself, your confidence, your dignity, your inner respect. You no longer want to be small. You no longer want to live inside limitations or expectations set by others. The lion is connected to the heart. It is an archetype of love, strong, honest, demanding, and deep. You do not love lightly. You invest. You value loyalty, respect, and equality. You do not tolerate betrayal, humiliation, or emotional disloyalty. If someone enters your heart, you protect them, support them, and give generously. But if you are wounded deeply, the door closes, and reopening it is never easy. Your choice also signals a moment of decision. You are tired of waiting for permission, tired of doubting every step. You want to move forward clearly. Inside you, a backbone is forming that cannot be easily broken. You are becoming someone who can say, I know where I'm going, and I trust myself to get there. Most importantly, choosing the lion means you are ready to become the main character of your own story, not a supporting role in someone else's narrative. You are taking your power back, leaving behind borrowed scripts, reclaiming your right to be bold, bright, strong, and fully yourself. This is the essence of your choice. You are entering a phase of inner maturity, where your strength is no longer hidden, your light is no longer dimmed, and your path finally becomes your own. You are the lion. You walk ahead, and the world is already beginning to feel it. If your attention was drawn to the tiger, this choice speaks more deeply than it appears on the surface. The tiger is not an energy that lives outwardly. It lives beneath the skin, beneath the breath, beneath every controlled movement. This is the archetype of inner power that does not need noise. The tiger moves quietly, precisely, consciously. And if it called to you, it means there is a deep strength inside you that you either already know or are only beginning to uncover. The tiger is not about visible dominance. It is not about leadership that seeks recognition. It is not about power that needs to be displayed. The tiger is about autonomy. It represents the ability to walk your own path, even when no one understands it, even when there is no applause, even when the direction makes sense only to you. People who choose the tiger often carry a strong inner independence. Outwardly, they may appear calm, reserved, even quiet, but inside there is constant motion, focus, intention, and intuitive certainty. The tiger is the archetype of strategy. It does not attack blindly. It observes, it waits, it analyzes, it feels the moment. And this quality exists within you. You know how to pause when necessary. You know how to act decisively when the time arrives. You do not move in chaos. You move in rhythm, guided by instinct. Your choice suggests that your intuition is strengthening right now. You are beginning to hear yourself more clearly. Many who resonate with the tiger have lived through periods where they could rely only on themselves, times when support was uncertain, times when the world felt unpredictable, and this experience shaped you. It taught you self-reliance. It taught you inner freedom. You learned not to depend on external validation. You know that what you need is already inside you. The tiger is also connected to what psychologists call calm fury, not external aggression, but an internal movement that pushes you forward when you are no longer willing to tolerate what limits your growth. This may be a job, a relationship, an environment, or even your own fears. The tiger recognizes the moment when something inside says, "Enough," and then it moves. You may be standing on that threshold right now. You possess a rare ability to see what others miss. Tigers are exceptional observers. You notice subtle changes in atmosphere, behavior, and emotional tone. If you chose the tiger, your sensitivity is high, but it is quiet, analytical, sharp. You sense intentions beneath words. You see hidden motives. You pick up on nuances others overlook. You are rarely wrong about people. Even when you appear trusting, inwardly you already know the truth. This choice also reflects your relationship with solitude. You are not afraid to be alone. You can move through life independently without losing strength. You know how to recharge from within. This does not mean you are cold. It means you are selective. You do not let just anyone into your inner world. When someone becomes part of it, it is rare and meaningful. The tiger also represents your shadow, not a dark or destructive one, but a powerful one. You are capable of facing your fears directly. You can move through deep internal processes without collapsing. You always make it through. Maybe not quickly, but always. Your choice shows that you are entering a phase where your strength will become even more refined. You are ready to go where honesty is required, where courage is demanded, where depth matters. An essential aspect of the tiger archetype is efficiency. The tiger does not waste energy. It does not rush. It moves only when action has meaning. If you chose the tiger, you are likely tired of empty effort, unnecessary motion, and meaningless conversations. You want precision. You want purpose. You want every step to count. This choice marks an inner awakening. You are becoming more attentive to yourself. You are realizing that your strength is not in being strong for everyone else, but in being strong for yourself. You are learning to trust your instincts, your desires, your decisions. The core message of your choice is this: you are a person of deep, quiet power. You move through life guided not by noise but by instinct. You are entering a period where your strategy, intuition, and ability to act at the right moment will become your greatest resources. You are the tiger. You walk your own path, and your power lives in your silence and precision. If you chose the panther, you have connected with one of the rarest and most powerful archetypes. The panther does not appear to everyone. It comes to those who live deeper than they speak, who feel more than they show, who know more than they admit aloud. This is not a loud strength. This is not visible dominance. This is depth. The panther represents the dark energy of the soul. Not darkness as something negative, but as depth, intuition, magnetism, and the ability to see truth beyond the surface. Choosing the panther speaks about a person who can enter their own shadow and return stronger. You are not afraid of yourself. There may have been periods in your life when you faced experiences that many people would struggle even to imagine. Intense emotions, difficult situations, deep internal transformations, moments of complete solitude. You were left alone with your inner world, and you survived it, not by escaping, not by denying, but by going through it. That is why your presence now carries a quiet pull. You attract people not through appearance or performance, but through energy. The panther is the archetype of magnetism. You do not need to raise your voice. You do not need to demand attention. People feel you when you are silent. There is power in your stillness, depth in your gaze, influence in your presence that cannot be explained logically. Those who resonate with the panther often possess highly developed intuition. You sense emotional states, hidden motives, and unspoken truths. It is difficult to deceive you. You feel falseness instantly. Even if you do not confront it openly, inside you know exactly where truth ends and performance begins. This ability allows you to move through life not blindly, but with inner sight, noticing what others overlook. At the same time, the panther is the archetype of privacy. You do not reveal yourself immediately. You do not open your inner world without reason. Your soul has layers. Access is earned. You may be warm, kind, and open in communication, yet the deepest parts of you are shared only with those you trust completely. And this is not a weakness, it is wisdom. Your choice also indicates that you are in a phase of inner rebirth. Perhaps the past no longer controls you, but its shadow still lingers. Perhaps you have exited a difficult relationship, a painful cycle, or an emotional storm. You may have spent a long time suppressing your desires, your thoughts, your voice, but something is changing. You are beginning to allow yourself to be who you truly are, not who others expect you to be. The panther is an archetype of power, but not external power. It is mastery over self, over emotions, over reactions, over choices, over life. You are someone who can endure much without losing yourself. This is your greatest strength. Choosing the panther also reveals your capacity for patience. You know how to wait. You know how to observe. You know how to conserve energy. You act only when the time is right. That is why your important decisions are rarely mistakes. You may remain silent for a long time. You may endure quietly. You may gather strength invisibly. But when you move, it is precise, effective, and undeniable. The panther is also an archetype of authentic charisma. You do not try to be liked, and because of that, you are. You do not force connection, and because of that, people are drawn to you. You do not announce your worth. It is felt. This choice also speaks of emotional depth. You do not live on the surface. You seek meaning, honesty, and real connection. You are not interested in shallow conversations or empty relationships. You want soul-level closeness. You do not tolerate lies. You require sincerity. Right now, your choice suggests that your shadow strength is becoming your resource. You are no longer afraid of your depth. You are no longer hiding your intensity. You are no longer apologizing for your sensitivity or power. You are beginning to accept yourself fully, and this marks the beginning of a powerful inner rise. The core message of your choice is this: you are a person of depth, intuition, and silent strength who refuses to live superficially. Your soul is awakening its shadow energy. Honest, magnetic, wise. You are the panther. You perceive the world differently, more deeply, and that is your gift. If your choice was the leopard, it reveals a rare combination of flexibility, intuition, speed of thought, and psychological adaptability. The leopard is not brute force like the lion, not silent strategy like the tiger, not magnetic depth like the panther. The leopard is movement. It is the archetype of fluid intelligence, sensitivity, and natural agility, expressed not only through the body, but through the mind and emotions. People who choose the leopard often possess a multi-layered nature. You can be calm or fast, light or intense, soft or firm, depending on what the moment requires. And yet, beneath all these shifts, you remain yourself. The leopard represents adaptability without self-betrayal. You do not get stuck. You do not break when circumstances change. You do not run headfirst into walls. You sense when a path is blocked and instantly find another. Movement is your gift. Your choice suggests a highly developed emotional intuition. Unlike the panther, who feels deeply, you also understand how to interact with people. You read the room. You adjust tone, pace, and approach naturally, not to manipulate, but to harmonize. You are flexible, but not empty, gentle, but not weak, fast, but not chaotic. There is an internal rhythm in you that helps you find the right tempo in relationships, work, and life. The leopard is speed with precision. Your mind works quickly. You notice details, connect signals, and interpret meaning with impressive clarity. You act not impulsively, but intuitively accurate. Many who choose the leopard have lived through periods that demanded rapid adaptation. Losses, sudden changes, emotional breaks, moments when the world became unstable. You learn to survive by moving, adjusting, recalibrating. What once was survival has now become strength. Your choice also indicates that your abilities are often underestimated. Not because you lack power, but because you do not display everything you are capable of. You may appear light, calm, even easygoing, but inside you are sharp, analytical, and deeply aware of what is really happening. The leopard never boasts. It reveals its strength only when necessary, and so do you. This archetype also reflects your ability to remain yourself in any environment. You can move between different worlds, personalities, and energy fields without losing your center. You adapt externally, but your inner core stays intact. This does not mean you feel less. You feel deeply. You simply refuse to let emotions paralyze you. In relationships, you are attentive, perceptive, and emotionally intelligent. You know when to give space, when to offer warmth, when to step closer, when to step back. You create an atmosphere where others feel unpressured and seen. At the same time, you cannot tolerate control or confinement. The leopard does not survive in cages. You can be incredibly tender and deeply independent at the same time. This duality makes you a rare and valuable partner, present, intuitive, and free. Your choice also highlights your ability to make decisions quickly. You may observe for a long time, collecting signals quietly. But when the moment arrives, you act instantly, and usually correctly. Your intuition is connected to your intellect. This is a powerful combination. However, this archetype also brings a challenge. In adapting to others, you may sometimes forget your own needs. You may bend too far, adjust too much, stay longer than is healthy. Your choice suggests that now is the time to remember yourself, your desires, your boundaries, your direction. To stop adapting to environments that drain you. To start choosing spaces where your energy expands. The leopard also carries the archetype of beauty. Not superficial beauty, but effortless inner attractiveness. Your presence is naturally appealing. People notice your movement, your voice, your timing, your gaze. This charisma requires no effort. It simply exists. The core message of your choice is this: you are a person of subtle intelligence, fast intuition, and extraordinary adaptability. You move through life with grace, precision, and rhythm. You are entering a phase where your flexibility becomes your greatest tool for meaningful change. You are the leopard. You do not merely survive. You dance with life in your own tempo. Now that you have made your choice, it is important to understand one thing clearly. The predator that responded to you first is not just an image. It is an archetype. It is a reflection of the energy that is alive inside you right now. Your character, your inner state, your emotional direction, your truth that may not yet have been spoken out loud. Each predator in this test represented a specific inner force, a psychological vector that helps you move through life. The lion reflected dignity, leadership, heart-centered strength, and the ability to shine without apology. The tiger revealed deep intuition, strategic thinking, inner autonomy, and the power to act precisely when the moment arrives. The panther mirrored your shadow strength, quiet, magnetic, observant, and capable of navigating depth without fear. The leopard pointed to flexibility, speed of thought, emotional intelligence, and the ability to adapt while remaining true to yourself. But the most important truth is this: your soul chose the predator that matches your current inner state. You may be going through a period of awakening, or transformation, or strengthening, or quiet realignment. Perhaps you are reevaluating relationships, goals, or desires. Perhaps you are shedding old identities. Perhaps you are stepping into a new phase of self-trust. This choice is a signal. It says, this is the energy you can rely on now. Inside every human being lives something wild, honest, and primal, something that cannot be faked or suppressed forever. Today, you touched that part. Your choice is an acknowledgement that you no longer want to live on the surface. You want to live from within, deeply, consciously, and courageously. And remember this: the predator you chose is not a limitation. It is a direction. It is an energy that will support you in the coming period, help you find confidence, take steps forward, trust yourself, and release what no longer fits your path. Thank you for walking this journey. And never forget, the strength was always inside you. You simply allowed yourself to see it.